The hidden meaning of the pentagram. Have you ever seen a five-pointed star and felt curious or even uneasy? What comes into mind when you see it? What I'm talking about is the pentagram. The pentagram, coming from the Greek pentagrammon, meaning 5 lines, is often feared, misunderstood, or dismissed, and has a far deeper story than most people realize. It shows up in magic, mysticism, religion, and even architecture. Some say it's a symbol of evil. Others say it's divine. So what's the actual truth? In this video, we're going to uncover the hidden meaning of the pentagram, not from a place of superstition or fear, but from wisdom, from ancient teachings that go beyond Hollywood, dogma, or internet myths. We'll even look at some common places you might see a pentagram. If you're someone who feels drawn to symbols, energy, and the mysteries that lie just beneath the surface of ordinary life, then this video is for you. Let's step into the sacred geometry of the pentagram and discover how this symbol, when truly understood, can become a guide, a protector, and a reminder of your inner power. The hidden meaning. The pentagram is one of the oldest and most widespread symbols on Earth. Its origins go back to ancient civilizations. It was first used in Mesopotamia to symbolize Venus and goddess Ishtar, and was found in Sumerian pottery around 3500 BC. It was also found in the Liangzhu culture in China and in Chinese musical texts around 5000 BC. It was discovered on vases from ancient Greece and by the Pythagoreans, who saw mathematical and geometric perfection in the shape. According to Pythagoras, the 5 points represented fire, water, air, earth, and psyche, or essentially the 5 elements that man is made from. In the Middle Ages, early Christians used the pentagram to symbolize the 5 senses, or the 5 wounds of Christ, 2 on the wrists, 2 on the ankles, and 1 on the side. And it appeared in sacred art for centuries. It was not seen as evil. On the contrary, it was seen as holy and was used as protection. There were also 5 virtues of the medieval knight: generosity, courtesy, chastity, chivalry, and piety seen in the pentagram that Sir Gawain held. During the Renaissance, a revival of occult and mystical sciences occurred, and key figures such as Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, 1486 to 1535, included the pentagram in many works. The man overlapping a pentagram onto the circle in the Occulta Philosophia symbolized the idea of man as a microcosm, a smaller version of the universe, which was previously noted in similar theories by the ancient Greeks. The 19th century also saw a resurgence of interest in mystical and esoteric traditions, often called the Occult Revival. One of the key figures in this movement was Eliphas Lévi, a French occultist who played a significant role in redefining the pentagram's meaning. Lévi distinguished between the upright pentagram, which he saw as a symbol of spirit ruling over matter, order, and divine harmony, and the inverted pentagram, which he associated with disorder, materialism, and the subjugation of spirit, later becoming linked with dark magic or Satanism in some interpretations. Today, Wiccans and neo-pagans use it to represent the 5 elements. It's a sacred symbol used in rituals, spells, and protection work, often drawn in the air or worn as a pendant. Rather than symbolizing duality or danger, the pentagram in Wicca and neo-paganism reflect balance, interconnectedness, and reverence for nature and the divine. The pentagram appears as a 5-pointed star, usually drawn in one continuous line. This alone makes it magical, an unbroken pattern created in a single movement. But what makes it so powerful is what it represents. The 4 directions correspond to the planets Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, and Saturn, with Venus, the Queen of Heaven, above. Each point of the pentagram corresponds to one of the 5 classical elements in Western esotericism: earth, grounding, body, stability; air, thoughts, communication, clarity; fire, energy, will, transformation; water, emotion, intuition, the inner world, and at the top, spirit, the divine spark, your soul, the energy that connects all things. In alchemy, the great work is the process of transforming ordinary matter and the self into something perfected and divine. This journey follows four main stages, and each one can be linked to a point on the pentagram: the beginning, the cleansing, illumination, completion, and the fifth being the quintessence, reflecting the natural cycle of transformation through the elements and seasons. When the pentagram is drawn with one point facing upward, spirit is above the other elements. That's not just symbolic, it's a map of the spiritual path. It says, let your spirit guide your body, your thoughts, your emotions, and your desires. Let soul come first. In this upright form, the pentagram is a sign of balance. It says you're in harmony with yourself and the universe. In magical traditions, people would wear pentagrams or draw them on doors and thresholds for protection, not because the star had power on its own, but because it represented an inner alignment that nothing dark could touch. So when did everything change? Like many ancient symbols, the pentagram's reputation was slowly twisted. As Christianity sought to distance itself from esoteric traditions, old symbols were demonized. The church needed clear boundaries between what it considered sacred and what it feared as pagan. Levi had made the distinction between the upright pentagram and the inverted one, where 2 points face upward. The distinction brought separation, and two paths were created, the right and left-hand path. He said the inverted star symbolized matter dominating spirit, or base instincts overpowering divine will. That version later became associated with rebellion, chaos, or what some would call the left-hand path. Aleister Crowley, who was influenced by Levi's work and even claimed to be a reincarnation, also interpreted this inverted pentagram as a descent of spirit into matter. But here's the truth: symbols are neutral. The pentagram itself is not evil, just as a flame is not evil. It can burn or warm. It depends on how it's used. The upright pentagram remains a symbol of spiritual mastery, elemental balance, and inner transformation. It's a reminder that you're more than just flesh and bone. You are a soul in a body, a conscious being navigating the elements of the world. To understand the pentagram is to understand yourself, your nature, your potential, and your connection to something greater. So, where can you find pentagrams? One of the most famous places is in the tarot, where you'll find the suit of pentacles, sometimes also called coins. The suit of pentacles connects to the earth element and represents health, work, money, physical body, material and physical items. An ace of pentacles could be a new job promotion, or a job offer, a monetary gift, or a blessing of good health. The five of pentacles, quite the opposite: a lack of health, a lack of money, less than you hoped for, despair or challenges or setbacks in the physical realm. Apart from tarot, you can also find the pentagram in books, literature, art, artifacts, tombs, seals, pottery, and jewelry. There's even a design company who goes by the name Pentagram. Churches may feature pentagrams in their architecture, like the Exeter Cathedral in Devon, UK. The pentagram can also be seen on the country flags of Morocco and Ethiopia, as well as the city flags of Nagasaki, Japan, and Haagsbergen, Netherlands. In Freemasonry, the pentagram may also be seen in illustrations or on badges. Inverted pentagrams can also be found. The Order of the Eastern Star, oftentimes seen near Masonic temples, uses an inverted pentagram as their symbol. One can also be found at the Amiens Cathedral in France. In Agrippa's book, you can see a pentagram with the Pythagorean letters inscribed around the circle. In conclusion, if you've ever felt drawn to the pentagram, maybe it's because part of you remembers a time when symbols weren't feared but honored, when knowledge was hidden not to exclude but to protect. The pentagram is not a warning sign. It's a map of your energy, your growth, and your journey home to self. So, what do you think about the pentagram? Did you have an experience you'd like to share? If so, add it in the comments below and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and contact us for tarot readings, videos, courses, and videos. And remember, your path is sacred, your symbols are ancient, and your power is real.